Hi and welcome back to the course. In this video we're going to look at the input method, and this is brilliant because it lets us get a value from the user. So it lets us ask the user a question and get a value back. And the way it works is just another method. The name is input, and then it has the opening and closing bracket as all other methods do, and inside the brackets we put what we want to ask the user for. So for example, enter your age as a string. This is what we want to ask the user, and notice how I left a space at the end because the user is going to start typing immediately after the space, so having a space before the colon makes it a bit prettier. So we type that, and then notice how there's a blinking cursor that lets us know that we are expected to type something. And notice how then this input method gives us back a string, as denoted by the single quotation marks. So now we know that this input method will ask the user a question, let them type something, and give us back a string. This string can be put into a variable. Easy enough. User underscore age is the name of my variable. Remember, you can use underscores in variable names. Equals input, enter your age. Then I'll enter my age, and notice that nothing is returned in this case, because instead of giving it back to us, the developer, it's put it inside user age. That now contains the age that I put in. Do notice that I put in essentially a number. I didn't put quotation marks around it, but it still came back as a string. So if we wanted to use this age for something, we are going to have to convert it to a number by using the int method. Okay, so this is easy enough. I think you guys are ready to understand this in a very quick pace. So now we can move on and calculate the number of seconds that this person that is 50 years old has lived for. So what we'll do is int user age multiplied by 365, which is the number of days in a year, multiplied by 24, which is the number of hours in a day, multiplied by 60, the number of minutes, multiplied by 60 again, which is the number of seconds. And this gives us this very large number, 1,576,800,000 seconds, if you're American. Or 1,576 million if you are British. At least I think that's the way it goes. Don't quote me on that. So this is how we would calculate the number of seconds. And indeed, we can copy this and make sure that we store the value inside a variable called seconds. So now seconds contains this number, and we can tell the user that they've lived for this number of seconds. How are we going to do that? Print, you have lived for seconds. Format, seconds. So we get this string, we format it with the variable seconds, replacing it onto there, and we print all of that. And then it tells us that we have lived for a very large number of seconds. And that could be our program. Easy enough to create. However, the user still has to, well, there is really no user. The developer still has to create the program before being able to run it. So really what we should do is do something that will allow the user to simply execute our program without having to type any code themselves. So that's what's going to be coming in the very next video. So I'll see you there.